Dad would get that, but he would get it without the quarter.
Okay, guys, I'm here for episode 17 of Revisiting the Rumble, the review series where I revisit every Royal Rumble from 1988 till 2014. Today's episode is the Lost Royal Rumble, as in the Royal Rumble that the WWE never talks about anymore. Royal Rumble 2004, January the 25th, 2004, from the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There is a reason that this is the Lost Royal Rumble, and I will get to that. There are 6 matches on this card, so this is a 30-star possible show. The opening contest, table match for the World Tag Team Championship. Evolutions, Batista and Ric Flair, taking on the Dudley Boys. Not a very good match here. This is a 1-star match. Jonathan Coachman distracts the Dudleys, and then Batista puts Steve on through the table. So, next match, WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Rey Mysterio versus Jamie Noble. It's a 1-star match. Because of the fact that it could have been better than it was. This match could have been better if it had more time. So, Jamie Noble goes into the ropes, and the blinded Nydia trips him up and allows Rey Mysterio to drop the dime and win the match. This match is only about 2 minutes. Could have been better if there was actually more time to it.
Is he gonna go on again?
Next match, Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo Guerrero. 2.5 stars. Suffers from the same thing that the Rey Mysterio Jamie Noble match did. Doesn't have much time. Doesn't have a lot of time to it. It's about 5 minutes, maybe 7. Eddie runs the frog splash, and then he assaults Chavo and Chavo's dad, Chavo Sr. It's a 2.5-star match, like I said. Eddie would go on to defeat Brock Lesnar at No Way Out. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, that brings us to the foregone conclusion WWE Championship match. Why is this a foregone conclusion? Brock Lesnar versus Hardcore Holly. Oh yes, in 2004, Hardcore Holly had a shot at the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar, and almost everyone knew Brock Lesnar was going to win this match, hence why it's a foregone conclusion.
Joe, did you get a message from Sandy Crump?
And on top of that, let's be honest, not a lot of people ever really liked Hardcore Holly.
People are so happy. People
So,
say that we're a blessing to them.
The So, the whole story in this is Hardcore wants to break Brock's neck, and he wants to do it with the full Nelson. Well, the full Nelson doesn't work on the neck. It works more on the upper body than the neck region. So, you're not going to break a neck with it. And anyway, Brock reverses a full Nelson into the F5 and wins the championship. It's half a star because, well, there's no drama here. No one thought that Hardcore was ever going to win the title. And trying to get sympathy of him for his broken neck, which Brock gave him, isn't going to work either because most fans never liked this guy. So, everything failed here. Half a star. So the next match, last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. First ever last man standing match in the history of the Royal Rumble. It's not the only one, but it was the first that they did one. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, 4.5 stars. The only real problem I have with this is the fact that it goes to a draw, and the only reason I have a problem with that is, Michaels and Triple H did not meet in a single match again till June at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. So really, this should have been a one fall. This should have had a decisive one. Finishes Shawn Michaels his sweet chin music, and neither Triple H nor Michaels can stand, and that gets the draw. Now I know that the feud continued with Chris Benoit added into it, but the one-on-one feud didn't really end or even pick back up until June in that Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood 04. So that's why this is 4.5 stars, not 5.
You're not going to church tonight, are you?
It also doesn't have that moment of, like, Triple H and Jericho, where Triple H was up at 10 and down at 11. So, yeah. 4.5 stars. So then we get the 2004 Royal Rumble, won by a guy who no longer exists in the history of the WWE. Which is why this Royal Rumble is a lost Royal Rumble, because the WWE will never talk about this Royal Rumble anymore. It's the 2004 Royal Rumble match. It's a 4-star match. Tells Chris Benoit that he can't win the big one, and that's the whole story of this Royal Rumble. And, of course, Chris Benoit's the eventual winner. He became the second guy to win from the number 1 position. But given the circumstances surrounding his death, which regardless of what people think about that, until something changes or whatnot, the WWE has steered clear from Chris Benoit and forever will stay clear from Chris Benoit. For Chris Benoit. Kind of sad, honestly. It's kind of sad because this is a really good Rumble. It's a 4-star Rumble. On top of that, this is the only Royal Rumble since 1988 when the Royal Rumble started that there were no. It's actually 1989 since the Royal Rumble started. Well, actually, 91 was the last time that this happened. That there were no former winners of the Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match. So, it was a first-time winner was crowned. It happened to be Chris Benoit. Comes down to Benoit and the Big Show. The entire entry order will be in the description as usual. As for most eliminations, longest lasting. But, again, given the circumstances surrounding Benoit, it's just a sad situation. In fact, I think if you go to .com, they skip the 2004 Royal Rumble altogether and goes from Brock Lesnar to Batista in terms of Rumble winners. I could be wrong on that, though, but I don't think this is mentioned. So out of 30 stars, this show gets 12.5 out of 30. If the tag title match and... See, a lot of that hurts this show is some of the matches didn't have a lot of time. The tag title match could have been better given more time. The Cruiserweight Championship match could have been better given more time. Eddie and Chavo could have been better given more time. And you probably could have taken off time from Hardcore and Brock Lesnar, since no one I know ever cared about that match. So, that was the problems with this show. It gets a 12.5 out of 30. It makes it a C-. So, yeah. This will be in the Revisiting Rumble playlist. If you like the video, like button's down there, subscribe button's down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.